whatever we are learned by our, not the textbook learning, but in the practical field, that helped most. We see that people are telling, मुझे देश के लिए ये करना है, वो करना है, क्या करना है? You are not allowed to do anything unless you get a chair. And to do something, you have to grab this chair. Otherwise, nobody will listen to you. From this position, it is our responsibility to see that the MSME growth should be intact and it should run very smoothly, because without MSME, India cannot run.
I am your host Gaurav Garg, and we welcome all our viewers to our show Amazing Mentor. Today with us is Dr. Maul Sen. She is presently working as Joint Director at Department of MSME and Tea, Government of West Bengal since 2017. She has more than 24 years of working experience, in which 11 years she served as General Manager at District Industry Center at different districts of West Bengal and the Department of MSME and Tea, Government of West Bengal. Recently, she was invited as the speaker to the World Leaders Summit, where leaders from 27 countries participated. Her poetry book Teen Dishe Ashankya was published last year, which has grabbed the attention of Literary Society of West Bengal. It's a pleasure to welcome Dr. Maul Sen to our show, Amazing Mentor. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you, Gaurav. I'm also very happy to join in this show. I think it will be helpful. I will try to emphasize on my journey. Thank you for inviting me to your session.
It's my pleasure, ma'am. So tell us about your childhood and hobbies you enjoy as a child.
Actually, we were three brothers and sisters. I am the youngest one. Actually, my father's house was in Kolkata, but when I was born, that time they were transferred to Kuch Bihar. From there, we shifted to Shiliguri. Up to class 2 or 3, I was in the North Bengal area. Then we came to Bardwan. Tell you very frankly, the most bright memories I have throughout my life is my childhood, because beautiful to be in North Bengal, where so much greenery, so much hill area, river, everything, and it was so clean and we enjoyed. We used to play a lot. I have recently written some article on my childhood also, so I feel I was one of the luckiest person in this world to have that type of childhood. My hobby basically in childhood, not a specific hobby, but mostly I was in playing anything, outdoor games, anything with our friends. We used to play a lot. That is the difference from today's child and from our time.
Where did you complete your schooling from?
From class 3 up to class 10, I was in Bardwan Municipal Girls High School, another big girls school when we came to Bardhaman School, and that was a very famous school, government school, and vernacular medium. Definitely, it was a Bengali medium school, and myself and my Didi, my elder sister, we both went to that school. And up to Madhyamik, up to 10th standard board exam, I was there. So it was again a very good memory was there. It was a very nice school, and we enjoyed a lot.
So how was you as a child, introvert or extrovert child?
I think that time I was to some extent introvert. And one thing I should share with you, I have never shared with anyone about that one, that up to my class 6th standard, 6th or 7th standard, I was not a very studious person. Most of my entire daytime I used to spend in playing anything, indoor, outdoor game, anything, gymnastic. I used to run, I used to do lot of things, and education was a secondary thing. And at our time, parents were also not much behind us. They didn't tell that you have to do this, you have to be fast, you have to be. But for my case, what I found, it was a bit sad. When I was in class 7, gradually I started to realize that there is a group among the total student of our class, and those who were standard, who was getting first, second, third, they are having a small group, and the rest of the girls, they are apart from this group. So this, I think, somehow hurt me in that way. And then I didn't tell it to anyone, but the thing is, I realized that to get into that group, I have to groom myself in the way that I have to be more cautious, more sincere, more. I have to study more. There is a time my mother used to say, "Mo, go and play something," but I told, "No, no, I have to study." It was one sort of determination that I don't know where from I get it, but somehow their behavior knocked me so much. I took it as a challenge, and from class 7, then 8, 9, 10, my gradually my position grade become higher, and finally when I passed from Madhyamik, so I stood that I think third. I was in third position. So that was the main time when I get some change in my studying behavior, and after that it didn't stop. By that time, at that time, actually, my Madhyamik was in 1989. So at that time, it was very much considered to be very much prestigious if you are getting a chance in engineering. Joint entrance examination was there. So in 11, 12 also, I have studied very seriously, and I got a joint entrance examination. I got chance in engineering, and my schooling days are just like that. And then I got admission in NIT Durgapur, and I have joined for chemical engineering branch. That was schooling and part of college.
So, any disadvantage you felt of being an introvert child?
Disadvantage, by that time, actually, from college, I think my character has been changed to some extent. In the childhood, I was so introvert, but somehow I don't know when and how and where I become expressive. I started to express what I think. I started to express what I want to do, what is right, what is wrong. A bit logical character built in me. Maybe because of I started studying so many things. And it says that if you study, you get to know more and more. And if you seriously study, definitely something comes in front of you. And as introvert, there is some benefit, definitely. As introvert, I spend much time with myself, and I think my determination, whatever that helped me afterward, that was because that time when I was introvert. Whoever is introvert, it's not that they don't understand anything, but I think they are in the mode of grabbing more things than to express it out.
What was your dream profession as a child, and how many times did it change?
Don't remember much, but actually, to some extent, this hobby when we are kid, that time, most of the hobbies has been implanted by the parents. So in the childhood, my mother used to say, "Mo has to be a doctor." So definitely, I used to say I will be a doctor. But gradually, after 7, 8, 9, 10, I thought biology is a very difficult subject. Then rather mathematics or physics is much easier for me. So after 11 and 12, I even didn't fill up for joint entrance medical examination. I was determined that I must go to engineering. That was there. So I think mostly I used to think that I should be a doctor in the childhood. And after 7, 8, when I started to get this mode of mathematics, physics, chemistry, all those subjects, that time my own vision was something either basic science or engineering. And after when I was in 11, 12, it naturally changed to engineering.
So, when did that thought strike your mind that you should try for Public Service Commission?
After completion of BTech, BE from NIT Durgapur in chemical engineering, I have first joined private chemical engineering firm, and I was heading their research and development wing as a manager. And that time I was in the R&D, so we have developed a lot of catalyst based support, other things, and it was very technical sort of work. I used to be quality control. You used to see the quality control. I used to see the R&D development of different catalyst products, one chemical engineering product, and our customer was different type of refineries and different type of petrochemicals. So I used to talk to them. And during this journey of this first 9 years, my another passion was there. During this journey, I came to contact with lot of persons who are working with entrepreneurship. So I have attracted towards entrepreneurship and development of micro, small, and medium sector. That time it was not in my knowledge, but my primary motto was that population dense country like India, if you cannot motivate people to start their own venture, to start own entrepreneurship, it is very difficult to motivate the people, and at the same time it is very difficult to boost up the economy. Because of this economy, most area that is responsible is the MSME sector. So that time I decided that I should do something where entrepreneurship development should be one part. That was my primary motto. But that time I didn't get this job, and I have not tried also. But in 2004, there was one advertisement from West Bengal Public Service Commission, and they asked for written exam and interview for a general manager of District Industry Center. This West Bengal Public Service Commission's office got interview, and I was in our batch. I stood first, and definitely I will tell one thing that my interview was very nice, and that also why it was very nice, because earlier that 9 years when I was working in that industry, I took it also very seriously. And in the interview, when PSC chairman was asking me a lot of questions, why you think, what do you think, what people should do for entrepreneurship, what is your experience, and lot of other questions. So I feel that more of my answers I was not prepared, but more of my answers as if someone is telling from within me. And actually that came because my last 9 years journey that helped me to answer to all those questions. And what I believe from that, whatever we have learned by our daily working, whatever we are learned by our not the textbook learning, but in the practical field, that helps most. So when I was answering to their questions, automatically I think it might be in the good stretcher, and they thought that I should be promoted, and I was ranked first in that exam, and I joined government of West Bengal in the MSME department.
So, what was the reaction of your well-wishers when they came to know that okay, you have been selected for Public Service Commission?
Definitely, it was very joyous. I know it was 26th April. That was my interview date, and by the same means 26th April is my birthday. So just after 1 month before this joining this office, this service, West Bengal through West Bengal Public Service Commission, I was working 9 years. That time I got married. I had a kid, and by that time I have completed my MTech degree, and I have enrolled myself in PhD in the same discipline, chemical engineering, in NIT Durgapur. But during this process and last 1 year, I was also working as assistant professor in one engineering college of Durgapur itself. So that time I was in my parents' house when my husband called and told that, oh, PSC has sent you an envelope and you have been ranked first in PSC exam, and they are asking for to join. So naturally it was very joyful for everyone. My parents was also very happy. My husband was seriously very happy, but I was not happy. Why? Because that time my son was in class 3. He's a purely kid, and I knew that taking this job, acceptance of this job definitely will depart me from my son. Because for any government office, the first posting should be far away from your home. That is the standard procedure. I couldn't do anything, but my husband that time told that we tell lot of things for the officers who work in government. But if you today, after getting the job, if you don't take it, then don't blame afterward that proper persons don't go to the government office. That struck in my mind that yes, definitely when I got this chance, and as I think I'm extremely honest person, and I am what we tell in Hindi, I am not kamchor. I give lot of efforts. I am very sincere in my work. So if I don't go, then who else? And if I don't go today, then I don't have any right to raise finger at others. That time everyone told that yes, you go and join. it was a extremely teaching experience. Extremely learning was so tough. When I saw there are people who are living 10 kilometers away from the main road, and they, if someone gets ill, he has to bring to the main road on a khatia, and four people has to walk through for this 10 kilometers to get the bus even. So this is actually rural India. Definitely why I still believe that all the bright students, they should come and join any public service commission, civil service exam, and they should join this public service, because we need to do a lot for our country. Otherwise, in one day, nothing can be changed. It is all our effort that can only change the country.
Where did you start your career journey from?
I was in a industry that is Petrogas India. They were used to manufacture catalyst, different type of. I was 9 years there. Then I left that company and I thought that I should go for some teaching. That time I thought that let me see if some teaching experience helps me for grooming. So 1 year I was there as head of the department chemical engineering here in Durgapur in some college. But after that, I directly joined this public service, I mean, through public service commission to this department. And then 11 years, I was in different districts, first in Malda, second in Paschim Bardhaman, then in Bankura, another rural district. And after that, in 2017, I got promoted to joint director. And now I am posted at News Secretariat, Kolkata, that is the state office for our directorate.
So how was your early days as an officer and what all challenges did you face?
That was still I say the learning experience was very good, because I was completely a technical person, completely chemical engineering, reaction engineering, mass transfer, heat transfer, all those are my area. After that, 9 years I was in R&D. So a lot of development of different chemicals, working in the laboratories, another type of experience. Then from there, I used to teach engineers. I was grooming engineers in the engineering college. But after that, when I was just absorbed by this government, so that time I felt that the main thing is that you have to be very wise and you have to be very prudent while looking into the file, first thing. So that was a very good learning process. And definitely there are different type of people. When you are in the public service, you are interacting with different type of people. First is your colleagues. All the colleagues, even they are not same. You have to understand. And I was heading the office. The first posting as General Manager District Industry Center, as General Manager District Industry Center is the head of the office. So I was not having any that type of office experience before that. So as a government officer, when I used to see a file, I used to study the schemes, different beneficial schemes, different incentive schemes, different PMEGP loan schemes. So I used to talk to my managers, I used to talk to my IDOs, office persons, I used to talk to the entrepreneurs there, Chamber of Commerce. And for 6 months, I took to study all these things. And at the same time, I started to plan how I can do better. So what I felt that when you are in the rural sector, actually you need to do more, because in rural sector people are less of knowledge what they will do. When I sit every day, when I used to go to the chamber and I used to see people come educated, some uneducated, some are not even literate. They used to come and they only know there is the office, district industry center. If you want some loan, if you want to start any business, you go there. So people were there who used to come and say, Madam, what to do? What I will do, you guide me. Like that. So that is another journey, and that is learning through the journey. When I used to share what are their hobbies, what they are doing, presently what they do, what their education, what their financial strength, what type of business they want to do, whether they have any experience in that or not, what are their USPs. So I used to interact with the people more, and I took the first 2 years as my learning process. Definitely, I think my one of my credential is that I, because of my very free mixing, I had lot of fan base as a government officer also. I don't know how it happens, but maybe because of my interaction with them, because of visiting to their places, visiting to their houses, even seeing what are the situation through which they are going. So it was there, and it was a very good learning process. And that time I thought that yes, now I am in the right direction, and this is my line, and I should serve the society by this office only.
What all similarity you feel in public and private sector job?
Completely different. Completely different, because lot of reasons are there. When you are in the private sector, you are given a specific job, and whatever you are doing, there will be a feeling that I am doing for someone. One owner is there, maybe it is a private limited company, maybe it is a limited company, it doesn't matter. But when you are in the government and you are sitting in that chair, and you see that whatever I am doing, that is the best service I can give to my country. So the feeling is completely different, and that matters. When I am working for the, maybe salary compromised, other facilities are compromised, definitely. In a private concern, you get much salary, but when you join a government, maybe sometimes you need to compromise with the salary, but the satisfaction we get in public service. And why I'm telling this, that any new generation, new person, any, if they have a little bit of sense that yes, I want to serve my country, we always tell a thing. We see that people are telling, मुझे देश के लिए ये करना है, वो करना है, क्या करना है. You are not allowed to do anything unless you get a chair. And to do something, you have to grab this chair. Otherwise, nobody will listen to you. So this is why any person who is a bit motivation, who is having a bit motivation that yes, I want to do something for my country, they should join public service. There is no alternative from there.
So what all challenges you face post becoming a civil service commission officer?
Actually, I love taking challenges. So it's not at all hard. Every time, every day, it is a new challenge. New schemes are coming. You have to implement. Target is given, so you have to achieve that. At the same time, people are not getting loan. They are being harassed by the financial corporation. So you have to go and meet there to sort out the problem. Actually, in our country, there is no limit for a public servant. There is no limit of work. And if someone is thinking that my job start at 10 and end at 5:15, so she is wrong or he is wrong. Because in public service, we normally used to tell that in business you have to work 24 hours. But believe me, even yesterday night also, when I was sleeping, I thought that I have to complete this file, I have to send it to that. So actually, the person should be very much into the files, into the work, what he or she is doing. If you are taking that one, definitely every day the challenge changes. Something, see, in government office, today I have received one court notice. Someone, in our department, lot of court cases come. So when I am thinking, okay, this file I have to see. So for that day, it is a challenge. So how to reply to that? What are the loopholes? Why? What is the right thing? Whether we have done the proper analysis for which, whether that person who is doing the court case, whether he is right, or we have to check again whatever decision we have already taken, whether it was right or wrong. So for 2-3 days, that was my challenge. And again, after that, if some scheme is coming, so we have to formulate the scheme. What will be the scheme? How to implement that? If we implement, in which way more people, more downtrodden people can get help. So if you are going to give any kind of help, any kind of benefit to a particular section, to the citizen of the country, you have to think how much to how many people, and you have to formulate the policy so that maximum number of people get much benefit.
So what's that one thing you love about your profession the most?
I have lot of regards for all my entrepreneurs, because whatever we are advising them, whatever we are showing the path, how to go, how to grow, how to get out of all their problems. But they are the leader, they are the genuine leader because they are taking whole risk. I am the only advisor. I can help them, but I cannot tell one person. I cannot make a person entrepreneur. I cannot make their 1 crore business 200 crores. It is he or she who is doing. So I have lot of respect for all my entrepreneurs, and I have seen such nice leaders during my last 15 years journey in this department. It is amazing, and this experience I loved most. Well, interacting with them, seeing their journey, how they are growing, and how they are actually accepting the challenges, how they are facing their challenges. Still, they at bad times comes. As you see, last year lockdown was there, so MSME sector was massively devastated by that lockdown. All industries were closed, and they could not pay the bank interest in time. Some people are there whose electricity has been cut. So lot of problems were there. Still they are fighting, and I salute to all those fighters.
What has been the most fulfilling and significant aspect of your role, and any incident that you would like to share with us?
Yeah, a lot of incidents actually. Now I'm joint director. So at present we are mostly working on policy. But my golden era was last 11 years when I was posted as general manager to different DICs. And there I used to interact to even micro artisans who had nothing. And I can take name of Gita Kormokar, Dokra artisan, then Laili Bibi, Katha stitch artisan, and lot. Some bamboo handicrafts maker of Malda, and terracotta product maker of Bakura. And the journey, their journey, their helping them, and to see that when I started working in Durgapur, one person, Laili Bibi and Samsuddin, husband wife. Husband was working with Dokra, and Laili Bibi was working in Katha stitch handicrafts product. They were having a small heart. I have seen that. But when I was last year, I visited them, and I have seen that they are having a 2-storied building. So when they were telling that, madam, because of you, because I used to send them to all fairs, to national fairs, to all state level fairs, they have participated in handicrafts competition. We have sent to Giftex Mumbai, Giftex Bangalore, and by lot of connections, they used to generate more market, and now they are supplying to different boutiques, and they are earning a tons of money. So I'm very happy for them, and I feel very happy that at least some contribution is from my side also. So that was a very numerous examples are there, but I feel very happy when I see that Laili Bibi is telling, ma'am, my granddaughter is going to school now. She is in high school. So this is real achievement.
Who is your mentor as an officer?
Actually, I cannot tell you one single mentor. When I was in private sector or managing director of that particular private sector, he was in that time. I was just kid. I have just passed out from college, so it was another learning. He used to see me as daughter. He was in one way. He was my mentor that time. But after that, when I joined this, I think there was no such mentor. In public service, you won't get much mentor, but people are there who you will observe silently, and some of his or her work definitely will influence you. So there are people, there are one principal secretary is there. He is very known. I am not taking his name, but he was definitely. I recently I told one of my friend that if Amitabh Bachchan comes and that principal secretary comes, I will definitely vote for my principal secretary. He was so motivating. Definitely, in one way, he is my mentor. Definitely.
So, as you said that the Public Service Commission job is not 10 to 5, it's just the assumption. So, how much time do you get for your family life?
See, not only my personal life. Now, at present, from 2017, I actually, our house is at Durgapur, that is 200 kilometers away from Kolkata. So actually, Monday morning I go to Kolkata. I have a flat there. I stay up to Friday, and Friday evening I back. So in my Kolkata flat, I used to stay alone, and the daily everything I have to do by myself. And despite that, I find some time for my poetry book, for writing some articles. Sometimes I write journal article for MSMEs also. I get that one, and definitely when I come to this is my family. Saturday, Sunday, it is fully for my family, for my mother-in-law, my ailing parents. They are 65 kilometers from Durgapur. I used to go there bi-weekly, and all those. My husband, he is the least priority position. I told that you take care of yourself. And my son is now studying MSc. He is in Bhubaneswar. And now most of the families are run by the phone and WhatsApp group. That is the pathetic situation of our service women, rather, I will tell. Actually, we have a small WhatsApp group, and most of our family talk, it is through that chat only.
Everywhere we can see that, ma'am.
Yeah, it's very good.
So, what inspired you to write the book Teen Dishe Ashankhya?
My mother is a poet. She was a beautiful homemaker. I myself and my Didi, my elder sister, we say that whatever we are, she is my sister is a very acclaimed artist all over world. She is Mithu Sen. She is staying at Delhi. And we both tell that because of me, our mother, we are today what we are. Because I think I have seen lot of my friends, but all were sharing their experience that their mother used to tell when they were child. Their mother used to tell, "जो भी करना है, लेकिन घर का काम काज सीखो." Because you are a lady, and after all, you have to go and have your own family, and you have to work. But let me tell you, my mother, not a single day she told this thing. She only used to tell, go and study. If you are studying, I won't tell you anything. If you are concentrating in your own career, in your own study, I won't tell you to do anything. And remember that you can't spend your life just cooking and maintaining the family. You have to stand on your feet. So it is very what it was. That time we couldn't understand. But haunting this every day, every single incident, somehow from the childhood, we never thought, both of us, we never thought that we can be a homemaker. Though my mother was a homemaker, and she used to be a poet. She was also having 2 or 3 books. And I think actually for this poetry also, I didn't have time up to 2007, 2008. I never thought that I should be writing poetry. But after 2007-8, one day my elder sister, she came, she gave me a diary, and she told, whatever you are feeling, you write here. You write here. So I said, no, I am a technical person. I cannot write anything. You said you write that one only. But somehow it happens. I think there was something in my genes because of my mother and my sister. My sister is also very good poet, and she is a very nice artist also. So I think something was there. Then I started writing, and people started liking. So from 2008-9, I started writing, and in 2019, my book got published. Teen Dishe Ashankya, that is my first poetry book. So it's journey.
So, any new book in progress?
Yeah, the second book. I'm just working for the second book.
So, what are your roles and responsibility as Joint Director, Department of MSME and Tea at Government of West Bengal?
We are 7 joint directors in the state level, who are basically we frame the policies, we implement the schemes, and we monitor the state level. What are the status of different schemes? What district industry centers are doing? What are their performances? Whether people are getting any benefit out of that, or we have to check something. We used to interact with Chamber of Commerce. We used to do this delayed payment. One process is that most of the MSMEs, they cannot run sustainably because of this stuck of their payment. Somebody, they have supplied something, they are not getting the payment. 1 crore, 2 crores, it is stuck with some company. So there is a facilitation council. So I look after that also, so that they can get back their money from that buyer. Lot of things. In one way, what I will say that from this position, it is our responsibility to see that the MSME growth should be intact and it should run very smoothly, because without MSME, India cannot run.
So, what is the most easiest and most difficult aspect of Public Service Commission officers' lives?
What is difficult? Difficult is sometimes you have to face some mischievous person. Okay, some persons, very few, I'm telling you, not all the people are bad, but some persons are there, they come with some bad intention. You understand that. But the problem in the public service is that you cannot say anything to them on their face. So you have to be very tactful. You have to be with all your documents. You have to be very strong with all your legal rights to tell them that what you want, it's not feasible and government cannot do that. So that is a thing you must be, because all the people basically we want to be very free and very frank. वो किसको अच्छा लगता है कि कुछ पेचीदा करके कुछ काम करो, उस किसी को अच्छा नहीं लगता. We do not like. Basically, all the people, we love to be very free and frank, and we love to be very straight person. But people are there. Sometimes you have to be very tactful. What we say, we say a lot of things to the bureaucrat, but they also have their bindings. They also have something they have to do. Tactfully they have to manage. So that I don't like actually, but we have to do sometimes.
Any decision or action you regret in your life?
Yes, I regret when I first joined in my first posting. That time I didn't understand the meaning of some of the files, and I depended on some of my subordinates. There was something that was not good, that they should not have done, and because of them I got thrashed from my higher authority, and it took 6 to 7 years for me to explain it to my higher authority and to prove that I was not guilty. But after that 6 years, it was very painful journey, definitely, because I believed them, I trusted them, and they took advantage of that. That is I again say that is learning. Definitely, it is a good learning also. So, but that was there. Everything cannot you get as a सजाया हुआ ऐसे तो नहीं मिलता.
Of course. What advice would you like to give to new officers?
I would first say that you should get yourself motivated, that I will do for my country, whatever I am doing for my country, because in government another thing is there. If you are not self-motivated, nobody is there to motivate you. Self-motivation is the thing that any person who is joining a government as a government servant, he or she should have this in his mind, that whatever I am doing for my country and I will do it. So that is the first thing. Second thing is that if they are thinking it is a 10 to 5 job, then I will definitely say that don't come to the public service, not as an officer at least. So because it's beyond that where you have to work. Because in government there is no limit. Especially in the third world country, there is no limit of your work. Whatever target has been given, it is less. Whatever you are doing, always he or she will understand at the end of the day, what I did, it is less. I had to do more. So that is there. These two things, and integrity, definitely it should be there, because in our DDO manual we read that 1 single rupee you are doing as expenditure, you should be very much prudent, as if you are doing this expenditure out of your own pocket. So every single money is the taxpayer money, and we must be very much cautious for the expenditure from those exchequer. That is there.
So, what are do's and don'ts you would suggest for students who are willing to prepare for Public Service Commission exams?
The person who is coming, he or she should have extremely experience and knowledge of whatever work he or she did for last couple of years, because it's not even in the civil service examination you will get some questions that is very theoretical questions. Some questions are there, but in as an experienced person, if you are called by a public service commission, definitely you will be asked vividly, because this public service commission experts, they will try to know from you what you did for last so many years and what is your knowledge based on your past experience. So any person who is coming from this journey, and definitely for this sector, if he is going for examination of MSME department, they should be have some knowledge for this MSMEs. And if it is for cooperative, they should have knowledge for that. If it is for his self-help group, they should gather some experience for that. Like where for the department he or she is coming, he should have some knowledge about that. But the most important is that he should be very confident of what he did for his past experience life.
So, what's the first step and how and where to start for Public Service Commission?
I think when you complete your graduation, and if you are aiming at getting job through Public Service Commission, while preparing for masters, you should also start preparing for this. That helps actually, otherwise it kills some of the years. Afterwards, if you complete the MSc or then PhD, then you come, it will unnecessarily kill some of the years. That's right.
At last, one line that defines you.
My first priority and foremost priority is my work, and work with full integrity and full motivation.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure talking to you and listening to your life experiences and the advice you have shared on our show. Thank you very much.
Have a nice time. Yeah.
Thank you very much for watching Amazing Mentor, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button to get regular updates. Thank you very much.